We're making Baltimore better one child at a time. To look at the impact of the WBAL Kids Campaign. Hi everyone, I'm Jason Newton. Welcome to 11 TV Hill. For more than 40 years now, the WBAL Kids Campaign has made its mark in Baltimore and beyond. Let's take a look. From summer camps and educational programs to Coats for Kids and making the holidays brighter for area families, the WBAL Kids Campaign has been helping Baltimore's youth for more than 40 years.
If I didn't have this, I would probably be on my lonesome at home.
Its mission to sponsor programs geared to support the educational, civic, and social improvement of underserved youth.
The joy on young people's face when they're learning about the possibilities of their life, when they're learning about responsibility, when a young person like Amaya gets to be the mayor, that never gets old for anyone and shouldn't.
But it's not all fun and games. The Kids Campaign also helps children and their families deal with pediatric illness, homelessness, addiction, poverty, grief, and other pressing challenges.
We serve children throughout the state of Maryland who are dealing with childhood cancer, either as a primary child who is experiencing cancer. We also serve siblings as well.
The sense of being overwhelmed and the multiple losses that people are experiencing today are really causing an emotional, mental, psychological, and physical crisis.
Fostering, encouraging, supporting, and simply helping children across Baltimore and beyond enjoy their childhood. That's what the WBAL Kids Campaign is all about.
Making new friends, the water slide, and my favorite's the pool. I like to go on water slides.
Slides and pools, you can't beat it. Here are two of the faces of WBAL's Kids Campaign, WBAL's own president and general manager Dan Jarris, and also WBAL News Radio host Clarence Mitchell IV, C4. Welcome to both of you.
Morning to you, Jason.
One of my favorite days, you know, you've been out there when you're at Burlington and you can see the smiles on a kid's face. Just to be able to have the coat, you take it for granted. You just have no idea how much they're going to love that
Absolutely.
day.
They get to pick up some new swag, get to pick their own colors and whatnot. It puts a little hop in their step, and it gives them confidence.
Yeah.
And it's a new coat. You know, the WBL Kids Campaign, as long as I've been with it, before we got in a relationship with Burlington, we actually would give used coats, but we would take them to a cleaners and have them completely restored and made brand new. But they were used. But now to get brand new coats on a kid is nothing like it. And for many of these children, Dan will tell you, being there firsthand, it's their first brand new coat for a lot of these kids.
And for 40-some years, we sort of forget that how long this thing has been around and the number of lives that we've touched. Because I'm guessing at this point, there's some adults who have kids who have been part of this whole thing.
You look at year-round, what we're able to do around the holiday season, we can come up Christmas, what we're able to do when it comes to summer camps, and then we're able to do with the coats, kids giveaway with coats. You look at the lives that have been impacted throughout this time. I've been a board member since 2010, but even with Dan coming on, when you see the changes in the lives of these children, it's just been fantastic.
Tell me about the importance, at least for BAL to be involved. We have our hands in a few things, but I feel like this one means something even more to you.
Oh, absolutely. I think something that transcends decade after decade after decade, and we see the impact it has on the community. Our responsibility as a local broadcaster is to give back to the community, and what better way than to give to children, give them the foundation they need to ultimately someday give back to the community that we all love.
Sure.
And I haven't been a member, Jason, of the board as long as I have been through a couple of different chairmen, Dan being the latest. The fact that we're giving the children in need, we purposely as a board try to make sure that the dollars that we give and the impact that we give are hitting the kids that need it the most. And that's what I think the history and why it's been so successful of the Kids Campaign throughout the years, because the community knows we're giving it to children who truly will never have a camp experience, who don't have a coat, who need us, at Christmas, some type of gift, so they know that.
And there's something about, when you just write a check and you put it in the mail and it's gone.
Right.
But there's something about seeing the instant gratification of not just, pound your chest, I've done well, but to see someone else succeed, I think.
And Dan, I think, will agree, we have really not done the greatest job throughout my years here of really telling that story, of letting people see the kids. People know it rhetorically, but to see all the lives that have been changed. We're starting to do better now with that, but at the same time, so many kids that come up, parents have come up to me, thank you for the Kids Campaign. They don't know me necessarily, but come to the kid, thanks for the Kids Campaign help.
Yeah, and same thing for you. I mean, you've been there. You've seen it with your own eyes. I guess it's heartwarming for you as well.
Absolutely. I think it's not just about the children, but it's also these organizations, these grants that we take care of. These organizations, there's the leader of those organizations, right? We all talk about this all the time. We all have to do better to make our community better. There are significant organizations in our community that want to help, and we can help. The issue we're having, quite frankly, is we need to continue to fundraise. And those funds, 100% of that money, goes towards these grants, and to see the look on the face of the individuals that receive the grants, knowing that they can do good for the community, it's priceless.
Sure. On the radio, doing good for the community. You stay out there all morning sometimes. Brian puts on his white blazer.
There you go. There you go. Well, when we're at Valley View, you know, to see the children that come up to us, whether it's from schools, whether it's from camps, or whatever, how they perform when they're singing, the adults that come, we have people that are now in their 80s who have come up every single Christmas holiday to physically present a check because they want that money to go directly to the kids.
Sure. All right, we're not done with you guys just yet. Just want to tell the folks out there, if you do want to donate to the Kids Campaign, there's a QR code right there you can scan now to get.